it's starting to get a little spicy.
Ooh,
A little spicy. So,
got that.
what are your deal breakers? Just
Ooh,
can't do it. Can't do it. Can't be with that
And
person.
go ahead.
I mean,
Fish got one.
there
if
we
they
go.
are a fan, the New York Yankees. I
Oh,
can't.
Wow. Wow.
Fish, we're done. Fish,
How
we're done.
about
Oh,
Fish,
so
we're done.
like, salmon is rotten?
Oh,
That's crazy.
Wow.
that's
But
a tough pick for
when
me.
we talked earlier about if they pour their milk into the bowl before the cereal, that's definite.
Big cards,
Oh
right?
yeah, that's true. That's
Just
good.
That is 100% a deal breaker.
100%.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's actually really good to know. That's very good to know. Um, everyone, take those notes. Do not pour the milk before the cereal.
You have no chance.
Yeah, that is not okay. So
I got a good one.
let's hear it.
Papa will probably like this. We got a combination here: anti-vax, anti-science.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are. I mean, if you know me, that is kind of my life. Always vaccinating.
Always taking the
sciencing.
vaccines. Always getting those vaccines.
Every day.
Every day, right?
Every
That's how I
day.
wake up. I
Vaccine
pour
a
my
day.
milk, and then I
And
put
then
my
he has a
vaccine in.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
And then I had this
The comment said anti-mask.
Anti-mask. Ooh.
anti-mask. Big facts.
I mean, I think that brings us to like the larger thing. One of the questions that we had talked about throughout the week was, does political affiliation, is that it? Like, can you just not, like when I hear that, I'm thinking of like, I gotta think of, I mean, let's think of people that are big right now. Like I'm thinking Kellyanne Conway and her husband. I mean, I know her daughter's going ham on the TikToks. Yeah, her daughter's going ham. So that family must be something. But is that like, they go this way, I go that way? Like, how do you feel about that?
I feel like it wasn't RMA5 in the chat, but one of our friends said the other night that depending on the degree, like if someone's a hardcore
Do it. Say
Trump
it. There you
supporter,
go.
like a hardcore DJT fan, that's kind of a symptom of a larger issue. And that's how one of our friends put it. And I think that's pretty spot on. And that's an extreme, right? Or at least I hope it's an extreme. And I don't think you could really resolve anything that lies at the extremes. But I don't know. I think at least I don't have a ton of things to share on it beyond that little clip because I think most people that I've found myself in relationships with over the years have been really similar. Um, you know, with little diversions in thought, but
What's hard though, and especially like in this day and age where like politics are so divided and there really are two extremes that
yeah.
I think political views have taken on this much bigger meaning than maybe in some ways what they used to, at least, or from what I remember, where now they really can like are so linked with core values in a lot of ways and the way that you see the world. And so I think now more than ever, especially if you're thinking about politics or something like that, they do speak to your values, and because of that, they can be pretty big divides in relationships with friends or significant others, whatever that is.
100%.
On the surface, I feel like political opinion isn't necessarily like make or break for me. It's not really a deal breaker, but usually it can be a red flag or like indicative a deeper of a deeper issue, or if it's like a familial thing where their family will talk about me when I'm not around, or just like things like that. But I feel like it's hard to just say like, oh, because someone's right or left or in the middle or whatever, then it's like no way. But usually, always.
Hmm. I'll tell you one. I mean, on the politics thing, I'm really unsure. I think it just depends on how you convey your opinion. Like, if you're objective and you can at least hear me and respect what I have to say, but say I respectfully disagree, then we can coexist. I don't know about the relationship thing. I mean, I've never had that come before me, so I can't really say anything. The one thing that is definitely a deal breaker for me, though, 100%, is if I can't be comfortable in front of your family, or your family has a certain view of me, or sort of prejudice or something of that nature, then I can't do it. And I just know that from just growing as a person, kind of took it as, oh, you kind of just shrug it off. But if there is a deep rooted issue, then you like to say that a lot of times the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. I mean, there
Yeah.
can be differences, but if your family is constantly feeding you that, then it's hard for me to come in and try to give you my all, knowing that I have to deal with this at all times. Like, I constantly have to deal with not being appreciated and not being seen as someone fitting for that family's daughter.
I'm sure you just saw in the chat what we just had in there.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, Mama Coots for sure, Scoots. Yeah, love you for sure.